Whoa. Okay.
Salutations, my fellow Misfitians. Today we have a very special guest. Since it is February, and of course everyone knows that February is the month for Valentine's Day, I have brought in for this week's Misfit, Mind of a Misfit, I've brought in my husband, the love of my life, and I am going to be teaching him to do some drawing today. And we're gonna see how that goes, because this has not been planned ahead.
Salutations, my fellow Misfitians.
And he's a bit of a goofball.
My name is Steven. I have the same last name as her, so
yeah. So let's go ahead and jump into kind of this tutorial slash reaction to see kind of what my husband thinks about my teaching.
And just so you know, I have no, like, I can paint a spot on, like, with a watercolor brush. That's all I can do. Like, I have no talent whatsoever when it comes to art. So if I can do it, there is no reason why, you know, you can't do it. Like, we're gonna get Teddy to do it too, so you know, kind of a motivational. So if Teddy can do it and I can do it, so can you. So don't care what other people say, just do it. You can do it. So
can you tell he's my motivator?
Yes.
He's very much a motivator.
Yes, so you can do it.
Well, let's see if you think you can do it after you see what I'm gonna have you draw.
That's true. Yeah. That's gonna be interesting, because I have drawn for her. You know, when we're dating, I drew like little dinosaurs and panda bears, but they look pretty messed up. So, but she loved it. She was like, okay, you tried. You know, that's what matters.
So, you tried.
So at the end of the day, you just try. You try it out, see how it goes. I know I'm talking to all y'all like expert, you know, watercolor artists out there, so.
Well, also, it's the fact that you drew them for me and you took the time to do that because you knew that was something that I really enjoyed.
Yeah. Meant
a lot.
Yeah.
So today I'm going to teach you actually how to draw stick figures.
Oh, yes, that's what I do.
In a really cool artistic way. And it's really simple. Cool. So you guys can do it too. You ready?
Do it, yeah, I'm ready.
You ready to get started?
I'm ready.
Let's get started.
Okay.
Alright guys, so this is what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be drawing this cute couple, like I said earlier, and we're going to be doing it together as a couple. And what you're going to be needing is 2 quarters or 2 bottle caps, something circular that you can trace around and use as basically a template. Yes! And then also you're going to be needing a pencil to draw with. So I'm going to pull this out a little bit so you can see both of us.
Is it upside down?
It is upside down, but I'll switch it in editing.
Oh.
It's okay. Now, I could only find 3 quarters, so I'm going to use 1 quarter. But we're going to draw this couple.
Okay, sounds good.
So the first thing that I would recommend doing is you're going to take both of your quarters and you're going to put them kind of in the center of your, a little bit high, like this would be kind of dead center, a little bit high, but this is where your heads are going to be, and then you're going to trace around them. Yeah.
So in the center, okay.
Yep. So you're just going to draw around. And you don't want the second quarter to be too close, because then it looks like your little couple is making out. So what you're going to do is kind of put it a little bit further out. And you're going to trace around that one.
I guess it depends, you know, preference. If you really want to get the circles closer to each other, that's Up to you. Oops.
You're good.
Okay.
Alright, so now we have 2 circles. And you can see Steven's better because he draws a lot darker than me, which is better for the camera. I'm going to pull in a little bit so you guys can see. So now we have 2 circles. You're going to take that quarter or that bottle cap and you're going to come down right underneath the heads. You're not going to trace the quarter this time. You're just going to do a little line at the bottom.
So we're not doing circles.
You're going to do both sides. No. You're using this as a measurement to figure out where their waist will be.
Okay. So if you want to make Snowman, you can
trace it again. Next thing you're going to do is you're going to put your quarter on that middle line and then come down again. You're not going to trace. You're going to put another line down at the bottom, and that's where their feet are going to be. You're going to do that on both sides.
Like that? Okay.
You got it.
Okay, cool.
Alright, so the next thing we're going to do is the man's spine. And what we're going to do is come kind of from the back of his head, and you're going to kind of curve it around towards this middle area.
Like that?
Mm-hmm. And then the next thing we're going to do is go straight down from there to the bottom.
Okay. Like that?
Yep, you got it. Alright, so the next thing we're going to do is make this a little bit further out. We're going to make this kind of like a cross or a T.
So they intersect.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then what you're going to do is draw his shirt, which what I would do is just kind of come up and meet this back line.
I guess mine's too big. But...
You're fine.
Okay.
His is just going to have a little bit higher on the back.
Okay.
And then the next thing we're going to do is pull this guy up. This is the front, and he's going to follow the spine a little bit, so it's going to curve a little bit. But he's going to come in the front, and you're going to make a little neck right there.
Mine's a little big. But...
Actually, the only thing I would do, it would look great if you just came right up in there. And that's it. Pretty simple.
Alright, cool.
Alright, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to draw his pants. And basically what I'm going to do is come in a little bit. We're going to kind of come halfway in on both of these sides of the T. And you're going to pull those lines down. And the back line, what I would do is pull down kind of close to that leg line right here. But then the front line, I would just kind of have it come down a little bit. It's not a complete triangle, but it's like a narrowing triangle.
Like that?
Yeah, you got it. And then we're going to put his feet, which is a triangle from this back line coming out. We're going to fill it in.
Okay, like that.
Yep. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to draw his arms. And the way we're going to do that is we are going to take, you don't want to come, we're going to follow his spine, but we don't want to come all the way up here because then it looks like his shoulders are really high up. We want to come down a little bit and do our little curve off of that spine line.
Like that?
Mm-hmm. And then you're going to draw your heart, and I always like to draw my heart really close to his body, and I actually use part of his back as the side of the heart. You got it.
I have a little heart.
That's okay. It's special still.
Okay. I have a special little heart.
You have a special heart.
Okay.
Alright, so the next thing we're going to do is a half circle for his eyes.
Somewhere in the middle?
And it's somewhere like this is, if you really want to get exact, it's kind of in the middle of this line right here.
It's like right here.
Yep. You got it. Yours is actually better than mine. Look at that.
I got a big eye.
This is better than mine. All right, so right where they're kind of kissing, and it's kind of in the center of the center line, you're gonna do a curve up, and that's gonna create his nose and his forehead. And this just goes around. There you go. Now we're gonna erase this guideline right now so we can see his head a little bit better. And we're gonna add little lines for his cheeks, showing that he's blushing because he's got some sweet love back here.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're going to add hair. And the little dude's done.
I'm bald, so I'll just leave that empty.
What the heck?
Okay.
Alright, the next thing I would recommend doing just right now, we'll do it real quick, is just erase our guidelines. Which is that center spine line that we were using to kind of figure out where everything was. Alright, the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to come over here, and you want kind of the same distance for her neck. So kind of gauge kind of where that would be. And then you're going to curve from her neck down.
I'll give you a skinnier neck than me, because my neck is bigger.
That's fine. Just curve around. And we're going to go a little bit lower than the line. And we're going to come straight across. And then we're going to go straight up. And my neck is longer, bigger, wider. You got it. Yours looks better than mine, Steven. Look at that. You're showing me up.
Mm-hmm. A noob. The noob over here.
The noob is showing me up.
I'm not sure about that. Alright.
Alright, so the next thing we're going to do is kind of pretend like you have a line coming the middle of her head all the way down through her dress. And then you're going to start making that line a lot thicker down at the bottom as it comes down to her feet. And that's her leg.
Okay.
Next thing we're going to do is go ahead and put a triangle for where her feet are. And I'm going to erase this guideline back here because we don't need it anymore. And I'm also going to erase his guideline, I just noticed. Alright, from this line right here, the top of her leg, we're going to come as a curve. And then we're going to just add another little triangle. They almost look like flags if you put them upside down.
Mm-hmm.
That's our little feet. And then we're going to add her arm just like we did with the guy, that kind of where her spine line would be, which it would be kind of straight down in that middle of her head area. We're going to curve our line around and then add our heart. And I always like to have one side of the heart on the dress. And the next thing we're going to do is her face, which we're going to do a half circle again. From where his little nose comes, we're going to do a curve and go up for her forehead. Now we're going to leave her guideline because that's one side of her hair. And then, whoa, she's like eating his head.
What?
She's like eating his head. A little bit higher.
Like here?
You know what it is? Your eyes are too high. It looks like her mouth is about to eat him.
Well, that's what you normally do.
Okay, here, notice her eye is still too high.
Like lower? Like here?
I can't see, unfortunately. Alright, what I would do, I'm just going to connect your circle again. Okay? Her eye should be in this area. And then her little nose should come up like this. Just a little help from wifey.
Yeah.
You got it.
I cheated.
Basically, what he did was he was putting the eye too high, and so it looked like the curve was turning into the mouth. So what we did is we moved the eye further down. That's all.
Okay.
That's it. All right, the next thing we're going to do is from this little half circle that we just created for her nose and forehead, we're going to come around and over. Basically, you're making a very loose kind of S shape. There you go. Yours looks better than mine. Your little hair. Next thing we're going to do is come from her back of her head around, and we're going to do the bottom of her hair. And then come up right here. And we're going to erase our guidelines in her hair. And we're going to add blush to her face, like we did with him.
But you blush more.
And that's it. Ta-da! A cute little couple. Alright, so we finished. And this is mine.
Yes.
Right there.
It's really good.
And this is his. Up close. We'll get it. Force it to focus. Yay!
So that was fun. I enjoyed that. You know, I'm holding onto her hippo stuffed animal, but
there's a story behind it.
yeah,
so,
there is.
Yeah.
So.
Maybe in the comments below, if you want to know the story about the hippo, we'll talk about that next week. You probably have noticed that hippo in the background of some of my videos, and so there is a story behind why we have it. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it too. So, I mean, being a newbie at this, being able to follow, you know, my wife and having fun. So, I mean, do this with your loved one too. I mean, I know it may not sound like fun to them at the moment, but when you actually do it, it's actually fun. So,
yeah.
Enjoyed it.
And you can use this drawing for like Valentine's cards. That's the reason why I put it together this week. And Valentine's Day is coming up, so
yeah. So
just a reminder.
Have fun with that.
It's a reminder to you.
Reminder for me. Okay.
Valentine's Day is coming up.
Yeah, I've been preparing for that.
He has. He's actually really good. I think he already has my gift, and I still have to go shopping. So he's always been really good with Valentine's Day. I'm just ragging on him. He actually already has my gift.
No, she's actually pretty good too.
No.
She likes to draw me stuff, and I'm like, oh, it's so sentimental. So.
I do. We like sentimental things, so we tend to make each other's gifts, or he will get something that I really like.
Yeah.
That's out of the box.
Like video games. She loves video games.
Yeah, I do like video games. Last year we got a video game. Anyway, we have rambled on long enough.
Yeah.
I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe and all that other YouTube-y stuff that you guys know so well. He's watched my videos too. He's a very proud supporter of me.
Yes.
Anyway, I will see you later. Bye, guys.
All right, bye.
Yeah, there we go. We gotta do the head. There we go. We do the body. Just make a big triangle. But don't make it too big. Make some legs, make some triangle feet. There we go. And you gotta make sure the heart is really close to the body. So make sure that my hand's close. Oh, okay. Don't want to poke you. You don't want to poke yourself, Daddy. You don't want to poke yourself. Okay.